Alright guys, so today we're doing a fix on a Silverado. It's a 16 model with a 4.3 1500. Now the issue the car is having is code P0101. I cleared the codes multiple times and it keeps on coming back. Obviously you see that I already have the intake manifold out, and I've already found the issue. But the symptom that the customer is having is that the car will idle rough, will start jumping up and down instead of not wanting to go forward, would shut down, and then it would take a little bit for it to actually crank over and turn. So after testing it for a drive, trying to duplicate the issue, it never did. Never duplicated the issue. But I went ahead and got a new master flow sensor and an air filter. So now I'm obviously taking it apart. You have this hose back here that you push on so you can release this nipple here. And you got an 8mm on this gasket, on this clamp, and an 8 here on the throttle body. And then you can take that off. You have the sensor here. You have to pull this little red clip up and then push the sensor, which is this little black section there, so it will release. Then here on the cap itself, it has like a little tie there. If you can see the crumbles, I'll figure that out in a second. So I'm gonna release this harness from here, and then we're gonna take this off, and I'm gonna show you what I found. Alright guys, so we took that out. Now we're gonna remove canister, and here we go guys. Moment of truth. What happened here? The filter disintegrated. What is it doing? If you can see that hole there, I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna show you guys, but you see all that paper stuck in the little hole there in the sensor? That's our issue. So let me take the sensor out so we can clean it. And obviously we gotta clean this mess here. But this is the cost of not replacing the filters often enough. The heat, everything. So the engine has been eating up all this paperwork. God knows for how long. So yeah, let me clean the sensor, clean this mess here, put the new filter, and hopefully I don't have to use the new sensor, which I got an OEM one. The part number for an OEM one is this, but I don't think I'm gonna use it. I think this sensor might still be good afterwards I clean it. So yeah, let me go ahead and clean all this mess. Take that sensor out. I'm gonna find out what that is, and I'm gonna let you guys know. I think it might be a T30 or something like that. Let me find out and I'll let you know. Alright guys, so it is a T15. The Torx to get the little screws off out of the sensor. The sensor only goes one way. Basically that opening there, this opening has to be facing the passenger side. If you put it backwards, the bolts don't line up. So there's no way that you can put it backwards. So it only goes one way. Okay. Now, if you can see in there, I don't know if you can see, should be able to pick up all that paperwork mess that it has going on in there. So we're gonna clean that up so the sensor will actually start reading again, and we're gonna give it a shot after we put a new filter on, which we already have. Put a new filter. We're gonna give it a shot to see if it's gonna start reading properly again. If it does, voila. If not, I'll have to put the new sensor on. So hopefully we don't have to put the new one in. As you can see how that kind of falls out. So yeah, let me clean that up and let's give it a shot. Alright guys, so I already cleaned that out. Basically what I did is I took the box out. So you just pull on one corner, this corner here, and then this other corner. It has the little rubber grommets in there that hold the box in place. Took that off, dump it in a bucket. Now I'm gonna make sure that we don't have any more of these little debris inside, like over here. I already cleaned the sensor, so you can see there's nothing else in there. Now when you clean this, you want to do it with something. I did a little plastic, because you don't want to damage the filaments in there. Right at the end, I don't know if you can see it, right at the end, close to the metal section, there's a filament there. And on the sides, you got some more. So I just blew a little bit of air and kind of just moved it with this. Try not to touch any of this stuff. That way the sensor doesn't go bad, if it hasn't gone bad yet. So that's what you want to do. Now I'm going to put it back in place. I'm going to put everything back in place. And I'm going to give it a shot. Obviously with a new filter. And apparently this has happened to a lot of people. There's just not a lot of info out there, but some people that have gotten some debris, like a leaf or something, is stuck in there, and it will do the same results. So yeah, always change your filters. That way that doesn't happen to you, and you know, you prevent your engine from breaking down on you. So yeah, now let's reverse the removal. We're going to install the box first, and then we're going to install the filter, and you can install the sensor at the end. Don't forget, you put your little clip here in the corner, your bolts to hold it down. So yeah, let me do that real quick, and I'll get back to you guys. Alright guys, so now I put a new filter, the cap back on, plug it in there. We still got to put the sensor, and now here's the issue. I started shaking this thing just to make sure that we don't have anything inside, and of course we do. So I don't know if you can pick that up, but as soon as I started shaking this box, it has breather holes to this box and this box and this box. So now we have some paper coming out of there. So yeah, it's past the sensor and the engine is gonna eat it up once it gets to it, but we're gonna try to prevent that. So I'm gonna try to clean this box as much as I possibly can. That way we have as little of that paper in there, and then we're gonna put it back on. Alright, so let me do that real quick. Let me try to clean this box as much as I probably can, and yeah, let's put it back on. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, so everything is put back together. The sensor is in, the click is back on, everything is bolted down. 4 bolts are 8mm. This is 8mm. The sensor's back on. So everything's back on. I'm gonna take it for a spin. I'm pretty sure that's gonna fix the issue. So like always guys, share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, here's the other thing that I want to notice to you guys. You can see this is the master flow sensor graphic. Now it reads 1.0, right? I'm sorry, it reads 0.1. Now when the sensor was clogged, it was reading 0. No matter what, how much you give it gas, nothing. Let me see if I can put in another type of graphic. No matter how much gas you would give it, nothing, it will stay at 0. Let's see. Yeah, you can pick that up. I want to show you guys the graphic. So the graphic will stay flat. So really thin blue line there, and it will stay at 0. See now how it moves? See the little blue line? It kind of goes up, and the number is going up. So the sensor now is reading properly. Now when it's on the load, it's going to read a little bit different. Let me see. See how you read there like about 14. So definitely on the load it's going to read a little bit more. The graph is going to spike a little bit. So definitely check, if you have the chance on checking if you have the equipment on checking the sensor itself, the graphics, I recommend you guys to do that before taking anything apart. But obviously, once you do take it apart, if it's there, you're gonna see an issue. So you can keep an eye on that graphics. It's gonna spike a little bit when you give it some gas, and the number's gonna start going up a little bit. So now it's working. Before, that graphic will not move. It will stay at 0 constantly, no matter what. So yeah. Alright guys. Like always, share, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. I know I haven't been putting up videos for a little bit. I've been busy doing engine swaps and timing on a Volkswagen, and I haven't been able to record that. But yeah, this is one of those things that I could be able to record, and it's a simple fix, but you know, you just don't expect the filter to collapse or for you to get debris inside the sensor and then all of a sudden, you know, it doesn't work. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one, and like always, share, like, subscribe, help me help you, and peace. Later guys.